Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And the media can't stand it. The media is absolutely freaking out over that. That, my friends, is coming to you straight from Truth Social. Truth. Trump himself posted that last night. And as you saw there, he is absolutely doubling down. He is pouncing on his campaign pitch, which Byron York of the Washington Examiner, who himself is no fan of Trump, but even he admitted that Trump has the easiest and most effective campaign pitch ever for president. When I was president, things were great. Biden came in and ruined everything. Vote for me. I'll make things great again. It's simple. As a 2-year-old can understand it, right? It's the easiest, most effective, amazing campaign pitch ever. With me, things were great. With Biden, things suck. Vote for me, and I'll make America great again. And as you can see, he's having fun doing it. That's what the legacy media can't get here. He's having a ball. In the meantime, greetings, everyone. It is I, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here on our special live stream Monday night. Monday nights, I have the privilege of doing a live Q&A for all of our Insiders Club members. It's a bit of an exclusive live Q&A, so I'm going to dive into some topics right now. But if you want to ask me your questions and you want to have a virtual fellowship with like-minded patriots just like yourself, then make sure to click on that link below and join our Insiders Club. You'll love being an insider. Not only do you have direct access to me and your fellow patriots, but you'll also be on the front lines of building a flourishing patriot economy, a parallel patriot economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom. So just click on that link, join the club, ask me your questions, as many as you like, and I'll answer them tonight on our own backstage virtual platform. But first, gang, we do have an amazing development going on in the great swing state of Ohio. You are going to love this. This is crazy, okay? This is a window into the chaotic and fledgling nature of Biden's campaign, how much it is in disarray. Check this out. This is coming to us straight from the Washington Post, okay? Here's the headline. Ohio warns Democrats that Biden may miss deadline for November ballot. Ohio warns Democrats that Biden may miss deadline for November ballot. You literally cannot make this stuff up. Here's what's going on. This is crazy. So you've got Ohio's Republican Secretary of State, Frank LaRose. He's just informed Ohio Democrat Party Chair Liz Walters that the Democrat National Committee's nominating convention, that's the DNC convention over the summer, is scheduled too late for Biden to appear on the Ohio ballot. Ohio has a law that requires nominees to be certified at least 90 days before the general election. And the problem is that the Democrats are not having their convention when they formally nominate Sleepy Joe. The Democrats won't be holding their convention in time. They'll miss the 90-day deadline by 12 days. Now, again, what we have to underscore here is that this is the law of the state of Ohio. This is Ohio election law that requires the certification of presidential nominees 90 days before the election. If no such certification takes place, that nominee's name does not appear on Ohio's ballot. This is what the Ohio Democrat Party chairperson is being told by Ohio's Republican Secretary of State. And it's all over the place. This is real news. It's in the Washington Post. It's in NBC. Rolling Stone is covering it. Because here's the problem. This is where it gets delicious. Ohio is dominated by Republicans. Republicans have a super majority in their legislature. They hold all statewide offices, the governor, the lieutenant governor, attorney general, and of course the Secretary of State. And right now, at least right now, the Republicans are just laughing at the Democrats, who of course are currently interfering in the election with their lawfare against President Trump. And Trump is huge in Ohio. He won by almost 10 points back in 2020. So all of the Republicans in Ohio are just laughing, telling the Democrats that there's no way they're going to change the law. There's no way they're going to hold a special, session of the legislature to change this law to accommodate Democrats. That's not going to happen. And how's that for a bit of, if you think it through, a boomerang version of weaponized lawfare? Now we got the law on our side and the Democrats are on the wrong end of it. But then that means that the only other option for the Democrats is to reschedule their convention in Chicago, which would be a logistical nightmare. So there's no good option here. Right now, as we speak, Biden, at least as things stand, Biden's name is not going to appear on the Ohio ballot. Now, a couple of things here. I mean, you've got to ask, what the hell was the Biden campaign thinking when they scheduled their convention? How on earth did they miss this? And again, it's Ohio. It's a key swing state. Biden doesn't have a chance whether he's on it or not. It doesn't matter. Trump will win it by double digits. But it's a clear indicator that the Biden campaign is in disarray. They simply don't know what they're doing. That said, I don't think we should be under any illusions. Republicans never fail to disappoint their own constituency. Just ask Lindsey Graham or Mike Pence, who are lecturing President Trump on his abortion issue today. They have the literal gall to say that President Trump has betrayed his supporters. Think about it. Mike Pence and Lindsey Graham are saying that President Trump betrayed his. Oh my. So look, I don't think we should be under any illusions. I'm always trying to be straight with you guys. Democrats always end up getting their way. You know that. Remember, the Democrats own the country. The Republicans only rent. The Democrats own the Republicans rent. That's been the arrangement, at least since Truman, solidified by the uncontested 40-year reign of the Democrats in Congress, which only ended in 1994 with the Gingrich Revolution. But in that time period, Democrats created a federal system that always ends up benefiting them. And they can force states to bend the knee to that system. And the Republicans have yet to break that system. Shame on them. Pathetic on them. So I expect them to come to some kind of deal. But would it not be amazing in the process if Ohio Republicans held Biden's name on the ballot hostage until the Democrats gave up on this pathetic weaponized legalism against President Trump? That is, if they played that way, then I know the Republican Party has arrived, because they have the total moral high ground, if you think about it. Democrats are literally illegally trying to interfere in the 2024 election. They had to weaponize the law, right? Partizanize the law to interfere in the election. But Ohio Republicans can just sit back and, as it were, legally interfere, completely and totally by the book interfere, in that they refuse to make any deal with the Democrats. So if we were to see Republicans play hardball like that, then I think the Republican Party has finally arrived and is ready to take control of this country away from the Democrats, and are forever going to end placating their Democrat landlords. Now, something else happened today that I want to talk to you about before we go into our live Q&A. Because I think it's just as relevant to this theme of Biden's. He doesn't even really have a campaign, but to the extent that he has a campaign, it is in disarray. What did he do today? What did Biden do today? Well, if you don't know, besides probably calling a lid by 11 a.m., if you don't know, he just announced revised plans to revive the so-called canceling student debt, or relieving student debt, or forgiving whatever idiot, lying, fake term the fake news media wants to push. He announced new plans aimed at canceling interest on student loans, nullifying debt for those who are eligible but not yet participating in certain, again, so-called debt forgiveness programs, and those who've been paying off their debts over the last 20 years. Supposedly, they're all going to get massive debt relief. You and I pay for it. They get debt relief. Now, why is he doing this? Why is he basically bribing under 30 voters? It's because they're leaving him in droves. You have to counter read this executive order here. The Daily Caller just had a great piece on this. Biden's approval numbers among under 30 voters are in the tank. Okay. Biden's approval numbers among young voters in 3 different polls that just came out, Quinnipiac, Fox, and Morning Consult, are all in the single digits. In a recent NBC poll, Trump is actually beating Biden among voters under the age of 30. You have to let that hit you. Biden is losing. He is losing one of the most loyal Democrat constituencies in the nation. Democrat strategist James Carville, right? Serpent head, as the immortal Rush Limbaugh used to call him. He was panicking about this last week. He was freaking out that young people, young voters in particular, weren't just leaving Biden. They were leaving Biden, in his words, quote, in droves. So as far as Biden and the Democrats are concerned, it doesn't matter what the Supreme Court decided. Right. Of course, the Supreme Court decided that and again, they will knock this latest effort down as well. They might even decide to hold Biden in contempt of court. But the Supreme Court decided that Biden does not have unilateral authority to wave a wand and transfer student debt over to taxpayers. He cannot personally do that. It does not matter to Biden. He's desperate. Again, he is positioning himself. He's pandering. He's desperate to try to get these young voters who are defecting en masse back into his camp. I don't think it's going to work. Again, remember Trump's very easy, simple, and effective campaign pitch. Remember when I was president? Remember $1.99 gas prices? Remember your purchasing power? Remember all the employment opportunities I have? Remember the secure border? Remember peace abroad? Right? I'll bring it all back. Vote for me and I'll bring it all back. So I don't think this is going to work. I think Biden's campaign is clearly fledgling, and no amount of annex or seduction is going to change that. So 2 very interesting developments to show us just how much Biden's campaign is in disarray. All right, gang, I think it's time to go backstage. Hey, Hannah, we got our producer, Hannah, here. Hannah,
Hi,
how you doing?
Doing well. Good to be with you tonight, Steve.
Yeah,
It's been a little bit.
Yeah, they're talking about backstage. There is a little backstory that Hannah almost got in like a 70-week trial in her jury duty, but she got out of it. And you were there. You did your civic duty, but then said, "Wait a minute, guys, this is going way beyond civic duty here. This is life-changing."
10 weeks long, sequestered until June. So I had to make some calls on that one.
Crazy.
But I'm very happy to be back. Good to be with you all. I hope you all enjoyed the eclipse today. I didn't have glasses, so unfortunately that video was my eclipse shot. And I like
That's right. That's what you saw with the hair.
Good. Well, good to be back with you guys. We're going to come over to some questions here in a second, as well as our boycott and boycott update. I have discovered, Dr. Steve, a so-called conservative brand has gone woke, but
oh no,
an amazing alternative that I think is even better.
Oh, good.
We're talking about that and get into all your questions. If you've not joined the Insiders Club, everyone, this is the time to do it. I know that sounds salesy, that sounds cliche, but we're working through some tough stuff behind the scenes. We're going to be sharing more with you guys as we learn more here in the next couple of days. It is,
yeah.
I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
It's crazy. It's insane what we're dealing with. Yeah.
as we go into 2024 and near to this election, people are getting scared, just as you were talking about, Dr. Steve, and they're lashing out. So that's all I'll say. But if you want to come hear more, if you want to come and join us in this movement and never be separated, as you know, super chats are off right now. That's because YouTube has demonetized us. If you want to come answer a question or ask a question, maybe answer one too, and come be a part of the community here, this is really an important time. So I'm going to stick a quick link, or you can just click the link in the description. It's join.turleytalks.com, and you can come join us over here in our virtual studio for an amazing conversation, as well as our boycott and boycott updates.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anything on that, Steve?
Yeah, oh, I always look forward to those boycotts and boycotts updates that you give, because I discover them on Monday nights as well. So that's very exciting. You guys will love that. You also love the fellowship. One of the big things that we always get from our Insiders Club is how much they just actually love gathering together and encouraging one another. So it's not just having access to me. That is something I love giving to our Insiders Club members, but it's having access to one another. And then, as like you said, with our boycott updates, building the parallel economy. So it's just a win-win all the way through.
Absolutely. Well, come join us. Can click the link in the description. If you're already here in the virtual studio and listening to this, hang tight. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.